Hello and welcome to Zips Esports Network. Uh, Rocket League Blue is soon taking part in the MAC League tournament, which will put them up against other Rocket League schools specifically in the MAC. Tune in here to watch that every Thursday night.
Hi everyone, my name is Hunter. If you guys are wanting to sign up for Zips Esports, applications for our varsity program is coming to a close here really soon. You can go to uakron.edu/esports and fill out the varsity application form to get in contact with our head coach. So make sure you go there if you want to try out for a varsity team come next year.
And I'm Matthew. And if you're interested in keeping up with all things Zips Esports related, don't forget to follow our Twitter account. And if you're a current student looking to get involved with esports in any way, join our Discord at uakron.ed/discord.
Again, thank you to our sponsors who make all things happen here at Zips Esports. Audio Technica, the official audio partner. SteelSeries, the exclusive peripheral partner. Akron, the official jersey provider that me and Matt are both repping right now. And Gravity Gaming PC, the official PC provider. And Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, the official sports health for here at Zips Esports.
All right. So today we're going to be watching some Akron Zips Overwatch as they take on IWU. So, going into this from the past and going into this match, what do you expect to see from them?
I think right now the comp is Sombra, correct? So I know Jaden been playing a lot of the Sombra, and Reaper's been super important too. Watching Jaden just play a lot, I know he's been on those two characters a lot, which is what Jaden likes to play.
Yep.
So I know this comp favors Akron right now a lot. And just kind of looking, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of comps viable right now, whether it's dive or running the double bubble. So I guess it kind of just depends on what maps they're playing on. But overall, I know Akron has been putting a lot of work, and IWU is a team. I don't know much about them, so I have no idea what to expect out of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't say. I guess I have to say the same about IWU. I don't know too much about what their strengths and weaknesses are. Definitely one thing with Akron is they, whereas this meta really favors them because of Jaden's hero pool of Sombra and Reaper. Then you have Stunape on the other DPS who can just play anything at an extremely high level. We've seen some clips of him. Some people will make jokes about him being an Ash one trick. There was the season where he went from Plat to GM in the single season just playing Ash. But you see the clips of him playing Genji, you see him playing Pharah, and he's really able to get a lot of value out of those heroes. And then you have Magic, who's just a fantastic off tank, especially back in this Sigma meta. But again, he can just play anything that he needs to play.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know Alex gets a lot of hate for, just kind of playing Ash, but it is like a really viable hero to play right now. But also to remind everyone, these are VODs that we're watching today of both IWU, this first series, and then we're going to Mizzou right after. This is from the Tespa Varsity series, which is an invitational. Is it the top 24 schools, Matt, or top 12?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, it's a hand-selected.
I want to say it's top 12, but
I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
So these are the hand-selected schools for the Tespa Varsity series. So all these schools, no matter what, are really good teams. Win or lose, these are some of the top competition in the U.S. And so this is week 2 of that. These matches happened on Saturday and Sunday. And so these are VODs, but we're going to be live streaming them. So just a reminder to everyone watching today.
Yeah, so don't complain about the players being in the chat, because a lot of them I know like to go watch that chat.
Right. We won't give any spoilers away though, so do not worry.
I don't even have a spoiler to give at this point.
Right.
I'm watching this fresh, just like most of you.
Yeah. But I think if we're ready to go, we can hop into map 1, which I believe is Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, we're starting on Lijiang Tower. Always a fun map. Each map is very different in what you can run. So, there's a lot of different strategies we can see. Right now, it looks like we might have Jaden coming out on the Junkrat, Stunape on the Soldier. Recently, Soldier was changed to no longer have spread with his bullets, and instead has a fairly consistent upward recoil pattern. Looks like the names at the top are actually switched. So the Zips are in the blue right now. But with Era coming out on the Mercy to probably pocket Stunape there. Jaden's going to be taking some high ground. Magic going to be taking position on the point with IWU pushing in from main. Looks like IWU is going to be pushing straight to point. Akron taking the high ground. Junk just spamming in, getting as much damage as he can. Already halfway to higher. Very powerful ultimate. And Magic's going to take out Shiggs in the back line. So that's a good opening pick for Akron. IWU is missing a lot of healing from losing that Moira. So
yeah, Magic's sitting here on this, at the beginning of that round, we're just sitting on the side, kind of just abusing them from the side. Magic was holding the top right-hand platform while Akron was sitting on the high ground on the stairs. Jaden is raining in Junkrat bullets there. And look at him, already at 84% ultimate charge, and we just capped point.
And it looks like Jaden's actually about to get his tire online, so we might see an early tire coming out from him. There it is, it's now online. So this is going to be setting up, and he's going to toss it out, and he's going to take down Kixie on the Reaper. Stunape's going to take out Codex on the Zarya. It looks like Akron's probably going to be able to push the rest of this point through. They win out this fight. Stunape getting another as they push IWU back into spawn.
Yeah, pretty easy cleanup from Akron here. I like Jaden being conservative with that Junkrat tire just to pick off one, not trying to, make a hero play and go for one of those 4Ks. He knows just picking off the Reaper gives Akron an advantage and into that team fight.
That's definitely one thing that a lot of, I think, lower ranked players struggle with, is holding on to ultimates way too long, expecting that 6-man grab that you really don't need. You need one, maybe two.
I mean, you look at IWU again. The names are flipping top. Yeah, EMP, I was about to say, coming in from IWU, but Stunape popping this nano visor right now, and he's gonna pick off 3 pretty quickly. He's gonna finish his Ryan, and he does in a quick 4K for Stunape there. You see IWU throw that EMP looking for to win that team fight, but Stunape was just chilling on the high ground, gets the nano boost from mid-top man there, and pops that visor and just picks up 4 real easily.
And, some would argue that even Nano Boost right now, or not Nano Boost, the Soldier Visor is actually one of the weaker ultimates now, especially weaker than his standard because it can't do headshots. So someone with good enough aim like Stunape, sometimes you want to consider maybe just taking that Nano and getting the headshots. But it looks like now IWU is going to be trying to take the high ground away from Stunape here. Looks like they don't quite know who they're yet. Nope, they are going to bail out from the high ground. IWU is going to take out the high ground from Akron. Shuttle's going to get charged and hacked, and the Shatter's going to come out from Flash Fatal. It's going to take down a few from Akron, but they're still only going to get Shuckle out of that. Magic sending out his bomb. It's able to take down one from the IWU, so now Akron's going to be going back on the offensive here as Magic tries to take down Shakes on the Moira. He's not quite being able to get, but Flame's going to be able to clean him up. Magic's going to be able to force out for Sombra. Shuckle's going to be able to get the charge onto the enemy Reinhardt. Akron's going to be able to take that fight back despite losing their main tank early. So Jaden's going to take out Kixie, and it looks like this round is going to be over.
Yeah, that team fight looked like all IWU. You saw the hack go on to Shuckle there. He did die pretty quickly on. Eric goes for that crazy res, and then you saw Magic in the backline harassing the Sombra, harassing that Moira. I think Akron just had a better team fight there. But I think Eric getting that res on to Shuckle was massive for Akron to kind of turn that fight back around.
And if you also have to wonder if what if there was a little more follow-up on that shatter from IWU? They did end up landing a pretty big shatter following Shuckle getting hacked and going down. And there just wasn't that follow-up that IWU needed to really capitalize on the play that was made there. So I think it was a very good play from I think starting off it was a very good play from IWU with the charge into the hack, into the shatter, but they just could not follow up on it.
Yeah. As we go into the second point here, again, one of the more open positions, Stunape gonna be hopping on to that Echo. I'm gonna guess he's getting. There's actually no mercy pocket here, which is kind of interesting, but I think he can be able to handle himself here.
And so as they meet up on IWU's bridge, Akron did have that Lucio, so they are able to take the point or take a little more space more quickly. They're going to force IWU to rotate towards the White Room as Akron takes over on the point. Opening up in a few seconds, they might be able to get some capture point percentage going on here. Because Jaden's just setting up, waiting and waiting.
And like we talked about before in the pregame here, Jaden on that Reaper, one of his fan favorites, and one of these actually really good as well. And also, we're seeing this dive comp coming out now with the Winston Diva.
All right, as they're just poking each other currently, but it looks like Akron's going to be taking a little bit of advantage. Magic taking down Flash Fatal on the Winston. So now as Akron's just going to be holding onto that point, not really going to play too aggressive here, but as the Mercy goes down low, Snovitz is able to get Flash Fatal back up, but Jaden in the backline is going to take out 2. So it looks like IWU's are now a little pinched in here with the Reaper behind them, the rest of Akron in front of them, and they're going to back up towards their spawn. But Eric's going to take down blank name on the Tracer.
Yeah, you saw Akron get that first pick, and mid-time man got that coalescence pretty early on, so he decides to pop it to just kind of force that fight. And you saw Jaden hop in on that backline, pick up 2. So Akron just finding their the window of opportunity to kind of abuse IWU there.
So it looks like as IWU is going to be rotating, but they do go off of the Tracer onto the Echo. So now Flash Fatal makes an engagement, And Kixie is going to take down Stunape on the Echo, which is a big loss for Akron. There's a lot of damage gone, but the beat does come out from Akron. And Akron, or with Jaden pushing in the backline, they force out the Transcendence from IWU. So a lot of ults coming out from IWU here, but they're not getting a ton of value. They are able to take down Eric with the Diva Bomb, and Midtown Man is going to take down Flash Fatal. So now it's a little bit of an even fight here. Now Magic is going to go down on his own. So Akron's still going to be pushing this with the ultimate coming out from Jaden here. They're going to take down the rest of IWU.
I mean, you see Akron pull off another team fight. It does not look like it should go their way. Jaden come in with a big two-piece there, but IWU threw everything they had that fight and still managed to lose that. I don't know what it is from IWU, but Akron is really able to stabilize fights and come back on the wins there.
And Flash Fatal is going to be diving straight onto point. He has to get that overtime, but with Jaden on the point, he's going to go down very fast. Reaper being a very good counter to the Winston. Stunape's going to take out the enemies Zenyatta, but going to go down in the process. But Akron's probably going to be cleaning this up with Midtown Man getting 2, and that is it for Legion Tower.
Yeah, Akron goes up one map in this series pretty quickly. Those were 200-0 maps from Akron. I think the biggest thing I saw from that was just IW had the right idea. They're going in with ultimates, but they just could never clean up a team fight. On the first map on Legion, that first map on Legion, you saw the win condition for IW in the second team fight. Use the EMP and win, but then there's Stunape up at the top, you know, like Randy Orton from the top rope, right, with the visor nano, just picking up a quick 4K. And it just seemed like IW couldn't follow through with team fights. And Akron just able to constantly bounce back from them. So I don't know if it's a bad on IW or just Akron playing like picture perfect Overwatch.
I mean, I'd say a lot of times when, you know, teams are dumping a lot of ultimates in and not really winning them out, that could just be really a mechanical difference. You know, a lot of teams, they, you know, in scrimmages, you'll have to practice, you know, the team play aspect. I think they had that down when they were comboing their ults pretty well. Maybe their communication broke down a little bit in that last point there, where they used a few that they probably shouldn't have used. But it all comes down to just maybe a mechanical difference between the two teams, whereas Akron's just able to, you know, get that one extra shot off that's going to take down someone from IWU and allows them to snowball the fight back in their direction. Maybe they use one ultimate to IWU's 3, but they're going to get value out of that ultimate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if IW can just find their footing in team fights better, I think they win those. But yeah, Akron just playing picture perfect. I never felt like they were out of the fight, which is not typical in Overwatch. I feel like, you know, in team fights, there's always like a team that's going to come out on top, but Akron just never felt out of it. So solid work for them. And again, like, yeah, I don't think they lost one team fight that entire series.
Did not seem like it, no.
It didn't seem like it, right? And they win Legion Tower 100% on both points. So Legion Tower looking like a good map for Akron this year. I think next map is an escort map. I don't know where we're going to. I think we'll hop into match here pretty quickly.
Yep. But so I mean, escort maps usually a little bit longer. They have a little bit longer sight lines. So do you think you're probably going to see a little bit of the Widow? Oh, actually, it's a hybrid map.
Hybrid. Yeah, hop into Hollywood here.
Yeah. All right. So looks like from Akron early on, we're going to be putting Jaden on the Soldier, which is another one of his favorite heroes, and Stunape on the Genji. Of course, one of his favorite heroes as a flex DPS. It's one of the most fun heroes to play. And looks like IWU is going to be coming out with the Ashe Tracer. So a little bit of a similar composition in the role as Akron's DPS composition, but just a little bit different heroes, different advantages.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on Stunape here. You know, we saw him play Ashe a lot this year, and Jing get that first pick on the Zenyatta. Good first pick, and forced IW to back up here. But yeah, Stunape on this Genji, we haven't seen him a lot on this year, and I'm excited to see what he can pull off here.
It looks like Stunape's just going to be taking a little bit of space in security room here. He's going to be trying to poke him out, scouting out, see if they're making any attack or rotation. IWU seems a little bit stagnant here, waiting for their respawn. And with Jaden on the high ground, it's going to be very difficult to push in unless they can somehow force him out with maybe some Zen or Sigma Orbs. But they are going to be pushing through the right side, but Jaden's going to take down Chigs with the Helix and Primary Fire combo. And they're going to be pushing on to Snobus there at the end. So it looks like IWU's going to be down their supports here. I think they'll be cleaning up this fight as best as they can. IWU's going to be backing it up.
If you're IWU, you're telling Chigs, man, you guys have 9 to Jaden here. He's gotten that first pick twice in a row now. Good hook there for Magic. We'll clean that up. But yeah, Chigs has died twice now on that Zenyatta from Jaden just chilling up there. It looked like IWU was trying to push around and flank flank Akron there in that small room back there. But again, Jaden is picking off the Zenyatta every time. They're going to need to stick on to him more so he doesn't die that quickly in the fight.
And so now as IWU is going to be, looks like they're going to be focusing Jaden a little bit more. They're going to be throwing the shield and some damage up there. But Eric pocketing him, so he's going to get a lot of healing, a lot of damage here.
I mean, we have Visor already for him as well. So
Magic's going to be sneaking up behind IWU. No, he's going to be coming up the stairs there. Shuckle is going to go down to Codex, though. So now Akron's missing a shield, but Sunape's able to take down Snow. He's got the Nano Blade here, and they are going to clean this one up. So despite losing Shuckle early on, Akron's able to come back with ultimates here. And IWU is still down in the ultimate advantage, despite Akron using a few.
Yeah, I think Sunape just picks 4 or 5 up there. We didn't catch the first half of that Nano Blade, but just kind of rips through that team in the upper room section there.
It looks like now IWU is going to be going onto the Sombra. So looks like they're probably going to be trying to hack maybe a tank here. I don't know how much that helps against the Soldier, which I think is one of their biggest issues here. So it looks like they are going to be pushing towards the left. Jigs is kind of standing out in the open again, so his positional mistake again is putting him a lot of risk. But Kixie is going to take down Midtown Man, and then he's going to take down Jaden. And that looks like it's opening up for IWU here. So Akron's going to be backing up a little bit. It looks like they're not out of the fight yet. They have a plan here. The Magic's going to get hooked. He's not going to go down. Sunape is going to go down to Kixie. Kixie getting a couple picks off the bat here. So IWU is taking advantage by taking up positioning on this point with No Name here on the Sombra in the backline. Probably going to hack. He gets the hack off onto Midtown Man. Flash Fatal is going to take down Magic, and IWU is going to take the point, but they are going to invest Transcendence in this fight, which I don't think they really needed.
Yeah, I don't know why Transcendence was popped there. Maybe they were worried that Akron's about to push back in, or it could have been a Fat Finger. I didn't really see anyone on there, but I mean, yeah, good first fight. We saw Kixie on that Ashe really open up the point for IWU there, and I honestly doubt IWU wins that point without Kixie kind of popping off there on Ashe.
Now as we go into second point here, Soldier is very good on this high ground, you know, especially with the new ability, or his new recoil. A little bit better at range, so we're going to be seeing probably a lot of value from him. Shuckle's going to be using his Gravitic Flux. He's going to take out Flash Fatal. He's going to get both tanks, and Sunape is going to take down Chigs on the Genji. He's going to pop his blade, and it looks like Akron's going to be cleaning this fight up. But that's without the Nano there, so Akron's going to be going into this next fight with a Nano, as well as IWU coming in with the EMP. So you're looking for a big EMP here out of their Sombra.
And hopefully Akron's been ult tracking really well this game to understand that EMP is going to be online here soon. So hopefully don't get hit by a 6k EMP, because we still do have the Nano, we have Magic with his ult, so we have 2 of our support ults, so we can easily live through this EMP if, you know, they back out. I think Jaden understands, because look how far away he is from the rest of the team.
And so it looks like IWU is going to be pushing up the staircase. Flash Fatal is going to take down Midtown Man. So, and the Gravitic Flux is going to come out from Codex. You're not going to get anybody with it, but it is going to stall Akron a little bit. Eric does get the res off onto Midtown Man, but Codex is going to take down Sunape in the process. And Jaden's going to take down Kixie, so now it's an even fight with Akron having both supports, and Magic is going to get the Nano here from Midtown Man. He does get purpled, but Jaden's going to take down 2 with his Visor. So despite the Nano getting a ton of value, or not getting much value, Akron is able to win out that fight, and Shuckle is going to chase down Codex into his spawn.
I'm confused. You see another EMP come out from IWU, but there's no follow-up. I think Jaden was out of the range of it, because he still was able to pop his Visor there. And so if I'm IWU, I'm questioning when we're using our EMPs. You know, it's one of those ultimates. Yeah, IW hops off the Sombra there, but again, another bad EMP. I mean, just usually EMP is one of those ults just get a ton of value, but these last 2 games, I haven't seen a lot of value out of it from IWU.
I don't see really the value in having an EMP against a Soldier on the high ground like that. But as IWU is going to be pushing back up onto the elevator, the new elevator change allows them to go up much faster. Magic is going to use his whole hog, pushing Codex into the sky. They're not going to quite get the pick, but they are going to slow him down. But Jaden is going to get the pick. Now Akron's going to be taking this back, but Kixie is able to take down Midtown Man, so possibly something happening for IWU here. But Eric is going to get the Resurrection, and Sunape is going to take down No Name. Shuckle will take down Flash Fatal, and again, Akron's just going to be coming back despite losing someone early on in this fight.
I mean, if you're IWU, what needs to change here? Do we need to possibly run dive to maybe bully Jaden more on the Soldier?
I mean, I would say second point of Hollywood has always been a classic dive meta point. Oh, but No Name's going to take down Eric, so they're not going to have that res. I don't even know if they'll push in early.
Nano Blade coming out.
Nano Blade does come out. Oh, and a big sleep from Chigs. So, the big sleep from Chigs comes out. They are able to shut down the Nano Blade, so now with IWU up 2, they're going to be able to push in here. Don't believe a Nano came out from anyone. A little bit of an orange tint there for some reason. The Flash Field is going to take down Magic. Struckle is going to be stalling on the high ground there. And he is going to go down. So overall, not a bad fight from Akron. They did use a little bit or a few resources there. But they are able to get to the overtime. And they're able to stall that out for just a little bit longer to kind of get their team back to stop them a little bit early on.
Yeah, that sleep from Chigs absolutely won IWU that fight there. I mean, honestly, that was the win condition. So good over them shutting that down. But Jaden getting the pick on to the Widow. Man advantage for Akron. All they need to do is one more team fight. Jaden picks up the Hanzo. Your Flex coming out from Codex here. But they see that off the points.
A Sig 9. That's the way that's going to end for IWU there. So now Akron's going to be going on to the attack.
The Sigma uses the Gravitic Flux, which elevates him in the air, which I guess like doesn't register him on the payload, right?
No, it does not.
Yeah, so a Sig 9 coming out from IWU. It looked like they're coming back in that, in that series, but man, Akron looking pretty strong here on Hollywood.
When you're playing up against a good soldier like Jaden, especially on second point Hollywood, which is just notorious for its high grounds, now it's a little bit different with the way the elevators work, where if you stand on them, it shoots you up instead of it being just a constant up and down motion. So it's a little bit easier for tank compositions that don't have as much vertical mobility. But you still need something to get up there, and IWU never really adapted their tank line to what Akron was running. They had the Genji, they had the soldier on the high ground. So if they focus on the soldier, then they would have to make a large rotation so the rest of the team could fire down onto them from the high ground. Or they would have to fight in the direct tank brawl, allowing the soldier from across the map to whittle them down. So you have to make some sort of adjustment there to maybe like a Diva or a Winston just to get onto that soldier and harass him.
Yeah, the only change I saw from IWU was the Widow, but the Widow was never getting picks onto. Got a couple picks onto Eric on the Mercy, but outside of that, Widow was the only thing I saw change there from IWU.
And especially then when they use their EMP, you have to realize that there's still going to be that damage threat from Jaden on the high ground, unless you can get a amazing EMP, which wouldn't happen because Akron is playing so far from their soldier. So now it's Akron's going to be pushing in. It looks like Jaden's going to be trying to maybe go on a flank right here, but no, Akron's going to be pushing directly to the high ground. No one from IWU on the high ground. They do have the Torbjorn, so that's probably set up in the back line, so a little bit extra damage there. Stunnape trying to build up his blade as fast as possible. They do get Torbjorn extremely low, but he's not going to go down. Magic gets the hook onto Flash Fatal, but it's not going to be enough to kill him. Akron's setting him on this high ground. Now they have the soldier on the high ground to throw a ton of damage in. They're not really making too much move. Midtown Man's going to take down Chigs with the Biotic Grenade, but Kixie is going to take down Stunnape. Now it's an even fight, but Akron does have the healing advantage, especially with how much damage is coming out from Jaden. I don't know how much that pick really matters. So now Akron's going to be staying on the high ground there. They're not going to be pushing him without everybody. But the Immortality Field comes out from IWU, so a little bit of a bad use of that ability there. It's a very powerful ability. So now Akron's going to be using that as their advantage to push in. The Biotic Grenade comes out from Akron, and they are going to get slept on the high ground. So Chigs with the great sleeps. And Akron's going to be pushing onto the point here. Shuckle's just going to be whittling down. Sunny's back in the fight. He's throwing as much damage as he can. The Bongo comes out from IWU, but it's immediately going to be taken... Oh no, the Immortality Field is taken out by Jaden, so a lot of stuff in the kill feed, no kills. But Magic's going to take down 2. Magic's going to take down 3. Now Akron's going to be cleaning up this fight. The great whole hog from Magic there. One extra little pick from Jaden and Stunnape.
Yeah, you saw IWU running some pseudo bunker comp, the Torb and the Orisa, and the whole team just kind of chilling in that back little room. But Akron playing really patient. I think their game plan there was just to farm out some ults. You see Jaden get that visor, pop it, and kind of just go from there. But an interesting hold from IWU to run bunker comp on that first point.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a bunker comp there. Looks like they were trying to set up in Cafe, but I think they should have taken that high ground. But Jaden's going to take down No Name on the Sombra. They're not going to get any Sombra for this fight. Jaden's just going to be peppering from the low ground onto the high ground here. So now IWU's on a little bit of a dive composition here. They have the Winston and the Diva, so I guess now they're planning not to use the high ground. They do have their advantage at this point.
Oh, this is a perfect Genji ult opportunity here. Stunnape with that blade ready to go. Diva Bomb coming in from Codex, though. Gravetic Flux coming out from Akron. Shuckle gonna pick up Snobs and Lucio, and here comes that Blade. Picks up 2. Looking for more, though. Akron seems to be winning this team fight pretty easily, though.
It looks like Akron's just going to be rolling through on this one. So a couple ults do come out from both teams there. From both teams there. But Akron's going to come out on top. So no team really has any ults coming into the next fight. Maybe a Visor, maybe a Nano Visor from Akron here. But it looks like Jaden's going to be setting up on the high ground. So now... the Akron's going to get 2. So Shuckle and Jaden both pick up 1. As the point just rolls towards the last second there. I didn't even realize how close they were. But Akron's probably going to be cleaning this one up. IWU is not really able to make a good engagement there. The EMP comes out from No Name. I don't really think it got more than Shuckle there. And Akron's going to take Hollywood.
Again, if I'm IWU, I'm just kind of questioning our ult usage. There are a couple of moments where I saw IWU come to life, but most of that series, I just feel like you never felt a lot of pressure from the ultimates from IWU. Just not a lot of good, not team synergy, but I don't know, just comboing their ults and finding a lot of value out of them. Every time they popped something, Akron just came back with something better and just never saw IWU come to life. I think Kixie on the Ash had a couple of pop-off moments, but besides that, I just like IWU had no life in them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of it also comes down to positioning of the team. Akron was not in a position that made them vulnerable to any sort of ultimates. I mean, maybe you could get a Gravitic Flux onto 2 tanks, but the tanks aren't going to go down too easily, especially if you have good healing, which they do have Midtown Man and Eric. And so then that leaves maybe an EMP, but you can EMP an entire team, but then you're just going to have a pocketed soldier on the other high ground peppering in a ton of damage. So unless they can take that out somehow, which that would be a composition change. So there's not much value they could get with the ultimates with the compositions they were running and where they were running them.
Mm-hmm.
So you go.
No, go ahead, Matt.
I was to say, IW going forward, I think would have to look at, especially the points that they're playing on. So Hollywood second, you have to know that is a very strong high ground, and they didn't really play the high ground too much on second point for defense either. They played a dive composition, which Akron kind of just walked into on the high ground, so they didn't use the high ground to their advantage.
I think absolutely. I think end of the day, we saw Jaden and Stunape kind of pop off on the DPS. The metas may change, but our boys aren't. With their consistency as play, right? We saw the Soldier, the Reaper, what else was it? And the Genji, right? Like in all of them, I feel like we saw some pop off plays. The Reaper on Legion Tower getting some good picks. Soldier getting good visor kills on both Legion and Hollywood there. And so I think just Stunape and Jaden really all of them played well, but just being so concrete and just constantly performing at a high level when needed.
And that's one thing about Akron is they're in the heroes that they play well, they play very well. Whereas I think that maybe there are some comps where it's a little bit shaky in how well their DPS can play. Especially I would say Stunape. I know he not the biggest fan of playing like Pharah, but he can still play it to a good extent. But when you can get him onto a hero like Genji, or you can get Jaden onto a hero like Soldier, you know that they're going to pop off the entire time. You know that they don't really have that weakness there. So this is a very good meta for them to really, kind of show everyone what they're worth. And I think they did that right there.
Absolutely. And a quick 2-0 series for Akron up against IWU. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with our next match against Mizzou.
Hi, I'm Buzz. I'm a freshman studying cybersecurity, and I am a varsity Rocket League player for the University of Akron.
And we'll see how Akron deals. They've had a rough past 2 games. They get one gifted to them right there. Now the pinch attempt. Buzz still in the air. No way. Oh! Hello, Buzz. How about a dive bomb straight off the top of the backboard? Akron are right back in it. 3 goals.
How'd I get into gaming? It started with my dad. When I was younger, he gave me a GameCube and then a Game Boy, and that got me hooked. And then how'd I get in the Rocket League? I first saw Kronovi play they actually launched his Beta 2 highlights, and from there I got hooked on it. I really wanted to be like him, so it was free on PS4. I gave it a try and got hooked to the game ever since.
Struggling, it is a fight just to keep this ball away from the net, and unfortunately it's one that they're losing.
And they're just peppering the goal with shots right now. Oh my goodness. Let me take another look at this, because I don't know if I believe my eyes.
Big brain Buzz.
Competing for Akron, honestly, has became more than I thought it would. Akron Esports has definitely became like a home to me. Being the #1 college Rocket League team, it's a very weird feeling. There's definitely pressure. There's definitely a lot to live up to, but we definitely still feel like we have work to do. Although we keep winning tournaments, we always feel like there's going to be another tournament to go into and more to grind for. So that's really what we feel as the #1 team.
That ball gets knocked down. It'll be another one, Buddy, off the backboard, but he's too far away to be able to follow it up as Tristan sends a shot towards net. Pirates back on the defensive, on his heels, able to find the touch. And speaking of finding touches, Buzz finds 2 of them that make it a 2-0 lead.
Buzz, the pest in the East.
This year in Collegiate Rocket League, we want to go down as probably the best, not probably, we want to go down as the best Collegiate Rocket League team that there's ever been and that there ever will be. So that for years to come, there will always be, these guys play like Akron. These guys want to be like Akron. And that's what we want. My plans after college, I definitely want to follow my degree path of cybersecurity, but if it's possible, I would love to continue streaming and playing Rocket League as a semi-professional/professional if it's possible, but if not, I always follow my degree path. That's what I'm obviously here for, so.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm in my last year studying financial management, and I'm a varsity Fortnite player for Zips Esports. I got into gaming at a young age. I played games with my dad. We played games like Madden, stuff like that. A lot of stuff that I played with sports in high school. I played basketball, football, stuff like that. So those are the games I played. And then as I got later on into high school, I transitioned to shooter games like Halo, Call of Duty. And then when I first got my PC, I got CSGO. And I played that competitively for a couple years. And then I ended up swapping over to trying out PUBG and League of Legends. And when that didn't work out, I ended up here at Fortnite. And it's really took off for me. What I really enjoy about competing at Akron is having a team, some friends that I can just hang out with at the end of the day. We're all friends and outside of the game, but we all want to win.
Welcome back, everybody, to Zips Esports. We have some varsity Overwatch going on today. We just watched Zips Esports take down IWU 2-0 in a pretty demanding fashion. Up next, we have Zips up against Mizzou, a really solid team, especially in Overwatch. I don't know what they're ranked, but I know they're considered one of the top teams in the Tespa Varsity series. Matt, what are you looking for out of Akron going up against Mizzou here?
I mean, I would say just keep playing their game. I mean, as we were saying before in the last map, this meta really does favor Akron Zips here. So if they can just keep playing their game and, you know, doing what they do best, I think that they can do pretty well against Mizzou here. Now, I should remind everybody that this is a VOD, that this match was played, I believe, last weekend, but I don't know what actually happens with it. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, for sure. And we're hopping back to Legion Tower for that first map. We saw Akron roll pretty hard against IWU, but Mizzou probably be a tougher opponent here. I know I've heard the guys talk about Mizzou and scrims and just how dominant they are. And so I'm expecting a lot more back and forth here and not just a one-sided match from Akron. And so I guess whenever we're ready, we can hop into Legion Tower. Oh, here we go already.
All right, so now looks like the names are correct at the top here this time. But so Akron's going to be in the red, Mizzou in the blue. So you have Blade, Zui, Big All, Amaze, Diamond, and Skiratai from Mizzou. And Midtown Man, Eric, Stunape, Shuckle, Jaden, and Magic on the Zips. So it looks like a pretty standard composition coming out from Akron, except for the ball, which you don't really see Shuckle on too much, but he is fairly good at that wrecking ball. So now Akron's going to be coming out of spawn here. Eric going to be onto the Mercy, probably to pocket either Stunape or Jaden, both very good pocket targets. Now with Mizzou taking early space with that Lucio, they are going to be pushing to point. Shuckle's going to be rolling in, looking for an engagement. And it looks like Mizzou's going to be taking an early aggressive engagement there. Shuckle's going to be slamming it. Stunape's going to end up getting 2 with his Echo Beam, whatever that one's called. Skirtai's going to take down Midtown Man, so Mizzou does have a chance to come back here. So now as Akron forced on the inside, but Shuckle's going to take down one, Jaden's going to take down one, and Akron's going to be able to take the first fight from Mizzou on Legion Tower here.
You saw them take point pretty early there, and then you see the call from Mizzou to dive on whoever it was, and it looked pretty coordinated out of Mizzou that someone from Akron was going to go down, but it looks like we kind of turned that fight around. Stunape picks up 2 and completely switches the momentum of that fight.
And so now as Mizzou's going to be coming back, they're a lot faster than IWU. You can definitely tell that right off the bat. It looks like they're going to be making a rotation from the inside. It looks like they're going to be trying to dive onto Jaden here. It's like that might be their target. Jaden's going to be backing up. And Mizzou's going to take that high ground. They're not going to get what they want, so they're going to drop back down. Stunape just going to be peppering in as much shots as he can. Jaden going to be taking that high ground back. They are going to take DMAC Magic there. No, he's going to use Bomb. I don't know. I didn't see anything. But Big All's going to take down Eric. Magic's going to be booped off by Diamond. Zui's going to take down Stunape. And so now Akron's a little bit on the back foot. They are going to lose the point to Mizzou, and they're just going to be making some tactical resets here.
Yeah, they dove onto Jaden at the beginning of that second team fight there. They don't get the pick, but they do force him back, and then they immediately just say push the point, and then they I think they just dive both our Diva there, and just kind of like, I think it's split Akron down the middle in half.
And you also have to realize that Jaden not being on, or Jaden's forced off that high ground, so now they're able to kind of just push in while he's pushed back. So once he gets back to that high ground, they're already on point. He can't do much about it. But now they are going to be diving right back onto Jaden. He is going to back it up. The mine's going to be coming out from Shuckle. The Big All's going to take down Midtown Man in the back line. So now it's opening up for Mizzou here. They are going to DMEC Magic. Stunape does use his Echo's ultimate to take back Winston. But Akron's not going to be able to take the fight. And Big All is going to take down Magic at the end. Jaden's going to be backing up.
Yeah, another team fight win from Mizzou there. They quickly hop onto Midtown Man and take him out with that Reaper. And even though Shuckle investing the mines there, that doesn't get 1 kill. And so Mizzou doing a really good job in this diamond competition to take out the targets that they're calling, it seems like.
So it looks like Akron's going to be trying to take the high ground. They are able to get the sleep onto Amaze on the Sombra, so he's going to go down early. Jaden's going to take him out. Now Akron's likely going to be pushing him with the beat coming out from Mizzou here. And it's going to get a lot of value, but it's just not going to allow Akron to take any more picks. So Akron still, even though they have that pick, they aren't going to be able to push in too much. And Blade's going to take down Midtown Man again. So now Midtown Man's going to be going down early again for the second fight in a row. But Akron's going to be forcing onto point. The Primal Rage comes out from Blade. And we're going to take this point, or this fight to point. Sunny's going to take down Big All, but 2 are going to go down from Akron. The third one going to go down. The EMP does come out from Amaze on the Sombra. And they're going to be cleaning this fight up.
Yeah, we saw the first pick on the Sombra. Midtown Man getting a really good sleep on the Sombra, and then just kind of the rest of the team ganging up on him to take him out real quick. But Mizzou kind of coming back real quick. Even down a person, they turn that team fight around real quickly. I think end of the day, that last team fight came down to ultimate usage. It seemed that Mizzou had way more in the bank there than Akron did, and was able to kind of turn it around a lot faster.
So now, as that's the one map we didn't actually see from the first match before against IWU. So maybe that's not really Akron's best map. It's a little bit harder to run that soldier on the high ground there than some other maps that you can run a little bit other comps. So it looks like Akron was a little bit on their back foot for that point. It's a very different point from the rest of these. But,
absolutely. I think it wasn't that Jaden was playing Battle Soldier. He just wasn't able to get a lot of value. He was either getting pressured or getting pushed back and not able to just kind of sit there freely. I think Mizzou's, like you said earlier, they're playing fast. They're not letting Akron able to breathe on anything.
So Mizzou's going to use the Symmetra strat at the beginning. It looks like they actually might be running the Symmetra. And
Yeah,
so they're gonna take the time on, or that space on point long before Akron can get there. Akron's gonna be taking the high ground in servers, but Sunape's gonna take down Big All from the high ground. So now it opens up a little bit from Akron, a lot of damage gone, but Dynamon's gonna take down Sunape. So both teams missing a lot of damage for the rest of this fight. Akron's not really able to push in too much here. And Jane just spamming on that Junkrat, hoping to maybe get some damage and maybe get a pick in. But Akron looks like they're gonna be backing down onto the low ground. Nope, they're just gonna keep rotating around the mini there.
Yeah, this is a brawl going back and forth. I think both, we got that first pick from Sunny, but, Mizzou doing a good job stabilizing. And I think it's just a brawl going back and forth, no one wanting to overcommit and give up the first blood.
Especially, it's difficult to push into a Symmetra like that, because Symmetra can just do so much damage when she gets her beam charged up. And the Nano goes out onto Shuckle from Midtown Man, but they are going to get pushed back by the Coalescence from Mizzou. Sunape is going to take down a Mace, so now Akron can push in here. They are up one, a lot of damage now missing from Mizzou, and Jaden's Tire is going to take out Zui on the Diva. Akron's going to be pushing onto the point. Looks like Mizzou's going to be backing up a little bit, but not giving up the point entirely. And a huge shatter coming out from Shuckle. He's going to take down 3, but the Diamond is going to throw out the beat. It's going to keep his team up, but Akron's still going to be able to get a couple more picks out of this. They are able to clear enough. Jaden getting 3, one of them with the... getting 4. One of them with the Tire, which is always disheartening. Just die randomly. But Akron...
Jaden kind of popping off there, even though Mizzou lost there, they kept the point pretty early on. So even though they were brawling back and forth a while, Mizzou was able to get 52% on that first point.
And you have to look at it as Akron did use a couple of ults there, whereas Mizzou, they still have their Shatter and they still have their Sim Wall, which can do a lot to kind of shut down a DPS. So as Mizzou's going to push in aggressively, especially when they have that Lucio, Zui's going to take down Jaden all the way in the back, and Magic's going to get pressure out here. He is going to get extremely low. He's probably going to go, does go down here. So now with Stunnape and Eric on the high ground, they're going to throw in as much damage as they can. Try to keep Magic up, but he is going to go down Diamond. Blade is going to take out Shuckle, so it looks like Akron's probably going to be losing this fight here. They really want to back it up.
Yeah, Akron kind of pulling back 40% here, but Mizzou coming back with a passion and a fire, kind of just wiping out Akron there. Looking at the ults, Akron doesn't have much in the bank. You're about to have Nano, you're about to have a Mercial. We just got Tyre online, so we're going to make something happen with this Tyre here pretty quickly.
You definitely see the power of the Lucio there, where they can just kind of speed across the entire point right onto Jaden there. But as Akron's going to be trying to push in through the main door there and spawn, but Zui is going to toss out his bomb, and Jaden's going to get 2 with his Tire. Didn't see if he used it. And so now Akron's going to be pushing here. Blade's going to go really low, and Akron's just going to be pushing it in. Jaden's on point. He does go down to Diamond, but I think he's done his job.
That Tire picks up too, which is big, but I don't know if you noticed there, Shuckle was blocking the corner from Blade there, so he couldn't. He gets bionic grenaded from Midtown Man. Shuckle was blocking the corner, so Blade could not back up there and was able to harass him and take that point. So good team fight from Akron there. Again, like I said, Jaden to find some value out of that Tire, and he picked up 2.
As Jaden just spamming, he's going to try to build up another Tire. He's gotten a lot of value with the Tires he's used so far. Akron's going to be pushing in.
Nano Nano.
So Nano comes out, the visor comes out. No value from Big All's Tire there. Blade's going to take down Shuckle. Eric is going to take down Big All. So now Mizzou's going to be pushing in without Akron without their main tank. It's very difficult to kind of hold any space like that. A little Diva bomb push there takes down the sleeping Symmetra. So now Akron's going to be pushing this fight. Sunny's going to take down Skiratai, and he's going to take the high ground, throwing as much damage as he can. He is able to take out Diamond. He's going to be trying to take down Blade just as fast as possible. And so it's Akron getting close to taking this point. I think they want to play aggressive here.
Yeah, I think if you can stagger the rest of Mizzou here, they're not gonna have another chance to. Yeah, I think the Magic picks up the kill onto. Enemy Junkrat. Yeah, the stagger's coming out here from Akron to stop Mizzou from kind of recontesting this point effectively.
And so the Sim Wall does come out from Mizzou, but Akron is able to get 2 right before that. Now Stunnape is able to take out Zui's mech. Shuckle's able to take down Skiratai, so Akron really cleaning this fight up. And it looks like Akron's gonna be able to take control center.
Looks like we're going to a map 3 here on Lijiang Tower. I like Akron coming back in that series. I don't know, that play was pretty interesting, seeing the sleep come on to the Symmetra. and then Magic was it Shuckle? Or I think it was Magic throwing out that Diva Bomb just to get the solo kill. But I think like we mentioned earlier in the IWU series, not looking for those 6Ks, but again, just getting a one-man advantage into series can swing a team fight so well.
Absolutely. I mean, you definitely want to secure a sleeping kill. So if you have to use an ultimate to do it, do it. You know, a lot of players would have, you know, rocketed and flew at a maze, but he probably could have been healed up pretty quickly. So it was a good play by Magic there to just make sure he got that kill. Kept Akron open there. So now as Zips come out, Stunape on the Sombra, which is a little bit interesting.
Yeah, first time seeing Sombra this series.
You know, Jaden's usually on that Sombra, but I guess Stunape doesn't really like that Reaper as much. Jaden's gonna, oh no, Big Ol is gonna be teleporting in. So now as both teams meet around the dojo on the outside there, just tossing damage in across. But Maze is able to take down Shuckle, and a couple from Akron going down very low. But Jaden's able to take down Skiratai, but he is going to go down to Big Ol in the process. Big Ol's going to take down Magic, and it looks like Mizzou's going to be able to take point first.
Yeah, and this type of comp setup, it's a lot of brawling back and forth. But I think the big thing to look out for is who is the Sombra hacking on each team, right? We saw the hack come out onto the Moira for Mizzou, and they would get that pick, but I think just Mizzou came up on top on the hacks there and calling who their target is.
So it looks like as Akron's gonna be rotating towards White Room there. They're probably gonna be trying to take a point or take a fight directly on point as they just toss in a little bit of damage. They are able to get a lot of space there, but Mizzou coming back up quickly. And so Akron has to back it up from the hack. They are going to play aggressively into their Magic just flying in. Akron's going to be taking a lot of space on point here. So the Coalescence does come out from Akron. Midtown Man's able to take down Diamond with the Coalescence, but the EMP comes out from a maze. So now Akron's not going to use any abilities. The Death Blossom comes out from Big Ol. He's going to take down two, and Maze takes down Sunape, and Akron's going to be resetting again.
Yeah, Akron looking like they had some life into them there. Midtown Man popping that Coalescence to get on the point, picking up the Lucio. But the EMP Reaper ult combo there just kind of shuts down that push from Akron pretty quickly. And with 55% left on the clock here, Akron's got to make something happen here. With only EMP and beat, we need to see a big EMP come out from Stunape here.
And, you know, Stunape really not a natural on that Sombra. You know, that's definitely a Jaden role. But he looks like he is going to be sitting on the back line, probably going to try to get one tank and a support. He is able to get a few with it. And so the beat does come out, though, from Diamond to keep his team alive. The Death Blossom comes out from Akron, and they're not going to get any value from that. But Magic is able to take down a Maze. Diamond's going to take down Shuckle. So it is an even fight. Akron using a lot of ultimates there, really only even up the fight, which isn't great. But Jaden is able to take down Blade at the end. And again, it's a 1-to-1, but Jaden is able to take down two. So now Akron does have the advantage here, with Zui just panicking on point, trying to stay alive as long as possible, maybe get something going here. But Akron is able to possibly take the point here. Yeah, there it is.
And Mizzou just kind of dispelling there, throwing the Lucio and the Diva in there just to kind of hopefully get some more percentage there. But yeah, Mizzou in one team fight territory here to win this point. A good EMP out of Stunape there, really what we needed. But we look at now to Mizzou. Diva Bomb is online but we also do have a bomb of our own and a Coalescence. So and again, we're looking at Stunape here. What hack's gonna get? Oh,
Stunape's gonna go down early. Big Ol's gonna get the pick on the Stunape. The bomb comes out from Zui. Zui's gonna take down Shuckle. And so Mizzou's gonna be pushing in a 6v4 situation. Skirtai's gonna take down Jaden. Big Ol's gonna take down Magic with a Death Blossom. So Mizzou's really pushing in hard here. They're getting a lot of picks. They are able to take the point, 99%. Now Akron's on their back foot. Shuckle does get hacked before he gets onto the point. And it looks like Akron just going to be stalling as much as they can, but I don't think they're going to be able to take this one back. Zui takes down Magic, so Akron just throwing in as much as they can. The EMP does come out from Stunape here, so maybe something, but Big Ol's going to take down Midtown Man. Jaden not able to get the value that he needs to. He does have Death Blossom, but he is going to go down before he can use it. Now Mizzou's just going to be pushing them all back. Shuckle is back on the point, rolling around, but the EMP comes out from the maze there to take out Shuckle, and Mizzou's going to take Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, Akron, I don't know what happened there. Stunape got picked off extremely fast in that last team fight. And then once Mizzou gets that pick, it's green light go, right? They just kind of fly to that point and clean up the rest of that fight. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it's a misplay from Stunape or what happened there, but I think that was the crux to Akron's loss right there. At least that last team fight. It's not that whole series is not Stunape's fault, but that first pick is massive, of course, in team fights like that. Especially on the Sombra, right? When the Sombra is the one kind of initiating the fights, getting the hacks onto the back line or their tanks to kind of open up those picks.
You know, especially, you know, you can see that Stunnape really isn't comfortable on the Sombra, because generally a Sombra, especially if Jaden were playing it, he'd kind of be on a separate angle, on an off angle in the back line somewhere. He wouldn't be right up front like he was, where he can get kind of zoned out by that Winston and just taken down immediately like that. So it was a little bit of a positional misplay from Stunnape there, but Akron did really push them towards the end there. I think it was a good point for them overall. And, there were mistakes here and there from everybody. It's easy to look at that and say, all right, they lost because of that, but that wasn't it. It was
Not
one
at all.
play.
Yeah. I think again, Mizzou's a solid team, not one that, going back and forth them shows a lot of life in our guys, especially. And so I think at the end of the day, like, something to work on, right? Like, we got to work on some Sombra plays. Yeah, like you said, Jaden might be the better Sombra player, but maybe Snipe doesn't feel as comfortable on Reaper. So stuff to work on in scrims in the upcoming weeks. It is only week 2 of the Varsity series, so it's not the end of the world, right? Like, things to work on. But I still think a lot of good things out of Akron there. So next map, we go into Nubani, another hybrid map. I think we can hop into it here pretty quickly. But on Nubani, Matthew, what comps are we looking at here?
I mean, a lot of times teams will play dive on both defense and offense. You a lot of times see right there, like, the Hanzo and the Soldier are going to be taking that opposite high ground from that staircase. I don't know how to explain it perfectly, but there's a staircase on the attack. You can go up. There's 2 high grounds on the defense. So a lot of times you'll see those set up there. But it looks like Akron's actually going to be on the attack. So they're probably going to be taking those. Mizzou is going to be playing that dive comp, like I said. Akron going to be rolling with the ball and the hog. So we'll see what they do here. So Akron's going to be taking the high ground immediately with Magic. The off angle here from Stunnape on the Hanzo. And Hook comes out from Magic's not going to get anything. The Maze on the back line on Midtown Man. They are able to take down Midtown Man, so it looks like Akron's going to have to back up here. But Jaden does take his own position on the main high ground. It looks like he's going to be backing up. Duel with a Maze on the point. Zui is able to take down Jaden, but Chuckle's just going to be rolling around on point, trying to get as much damage as he can. It looks like Akron's going to have to back up here. They don't really have too much of an advantage, but they are going to get some multiples up, hopefully.
Again, amazing that Sombra initially just comes in and hacks Midtown Man, which causes Akron to just immediately turn around and go help him. And then Mizzou just follows up immediately as soon as they turn their backs. So again, I think something needs to happen with countering Amaze here on that Sombra. He's just causing so many problems for Akron.
Because now Sunny's going to be taking the high ground. The teleport comes in from Big Ol, but Amaze is going to take down Jaden. And Eric is going to take down Amaze, so it is an even fight. Akron is able to actually get a tick with both their tanks sitting on the point. So now Shuckle on the ball with Magic on the hog. Their hog is going to go down. Shuckle's going to be backing up, but they are able to get some permanent progress on that point. Sunny is able to take down Skiratai. And so Akron looks like they might be trying to push back into here. Jaden's not really setting up on that high ground like I'd like him to. Force the tanks off of the point. But the bomb's going to come out from Zui. But Stunnape is able to take down Diamond. But Zui is going to take down Eric. So now Akron's going to be back on their back foot here. Looks like they're not really going to be able to take this fight like they wanted to. They're going to have to back up just a little bit. They're still standing on the highway, but not quite enough to throw them out of the point. But again, back and forth. Stunnape takes down Blade. Akron's going to be pushing back in. They have the sonar arrow. They are able to spot out Amaze. The EMP does come off, but he does go down quickly. But Mizzou is able to follow up on the EMP, despite losing Amaze early on. The Magic just throwing in his whole hog onto the point. This fight's never really ended, has it?
It's been scrappy back and forth. I mean, look at Akron. They're 2 ticks into this with almost a third, and Jaden with that visor now picking up. Diamond, I think it's going to be Akron's win here. Picks up a second, and he's been uncontested. The monkey dives onto him on the top, but I think Akron pulls this away here.
So like I said, Jaden went up that high ground. It's forcing the tanks to go after him, otherwise he's going to get a 12 ticks. So now, as the Winston's just taking him on the high ground, it allows his team to push in, but they're not really going to be able to do it. So he's going to take down Jaden, despite Jaden taking down Blade. So Akron looks like they're going to be resetting here, maybe a quick reset, maybe without Jaden. Shuckle's going to be setting up on the low ground. He's going to be trying... Oh, Amaze tries to get the hack off, but he is able to cancel it. So now Shuckle setting up in the back line, throwing some damage in. Magic taking the high ground, but he is going to get forced downwards. So it looks like it's going to be a normal 6v6 fight. Magic is going to get hacked by Amaze there, but it looks like he might not go down. The drag coming out from Stunnape to open up some space for the team. And Jaden's going to take down Blade. So now this is well open for Akron pushing, but Diamond does use his beat. Amaze is going to take down Magic. Now it's an even fight with Jaden on the high ground. Jaden's going to take down Sweep, but Big L's going to take down Stunnape. So they're going to lose that damage from the other high ground. Now it's all on Jaden to just get a ton of damage in here. The Coalescence comes out from Skiratai with the clock ticking down with 30 seconds remaining. Akron really has to make something work here. They can't keep doing these scrappy fights.
Look right now, Amaze with that EMP. 30 seconds left on the clock. You're looking for a big EMP from Amaze, but Jaden with that visor, Shuckle with the mines. It's possible. I think both teams have a win condition here. It's just who's going to pull it off better here.
So Sunape's going to be taking the high ground that he's been taking so many times, but the big EMP comes out from Amaze. He's going to get 2 with it, but they're not really going to be able to follow up on it. Diamond is able to take down Midtown Man's Immortality Field, and the visor is going to come out from Jaden there. He's not really going to get one, or he's not going to get any, but he is able to push them back. Blade's going to take down Stunape back on the point. Struggle's able to take out Z's mech. So, and Big Ol's going to use his Death Blossom to take down Eric. So another scrappy fight, but looks like Akron might be able to come out on top of this one. They can just get maybe one more pick. Struggle's going to take down Big Ol, but Magic is going to go down, so that's that push gone. They are going to take down Z's mech as fast as possible. Stunape coming back on the Tracer. Maze is going to take down Jaden, and it looks like Akron's going to be able to take first point.
What seems like after 3 minutes of just complete scrappy team fights back and forth, ults being thrown around, Akron finally comes on top in overtime to finally unlock the payload here on Nubani. It looked like Mizzou was going to win that last team fight. You saw the EMP come out, the Winston ult come out as well, and Mizzou just kind of pressed the W key into Akron, but they somehow stabilized. Shuckle gets a kill with his mines, and then I think Akron just comes on top of the trades there, and Akron finally win that what seemed like a 3-minute team fight.
And now it looks like they are going to be swapping off of the Tracer, which was the Hanzo. Now Snipe on the attack Torbjorn. Jaden just peppering as much damage as he can, hoping to get another visor up quickly. The damage field does come out, but he is able to get hacked by a Maze. Magic's going to take down Big Ol, so Akron, they invested ult in this fight. They might win this one out. Jaden's going to take down Zree's mech as they try to take down Blade on the Magic, or on the Winston. And so Akron's going to be pushing through this one with, only one ultimate invested.
Yeah, you saw Mizzou kind of go for a dive there. You saw the window pop at Midtown Man, and the rest of Mizzou kind of pop in there, kind of just not give them any value for it, but it kind of gets flipped on their head, right? They try to contest that high ground, and it doesn't go their way. And Akron taking what looked like, a tough first part of the game, they're way more in control now. Akron looking like a different team right now in the second point on Nubani.
So it looks like Big Ol is going to be contesting the high ground, keep away from Jaden. They don't really... Jaden knows they're up there, so they're just going to have a little bit of a duel up there, see what happens.
There's nothing to stop this visor, but mines are popped from Shuckle here. Gonna easily just
take a Blade. And so now Shuckle's going to be engaging aggressively here. Amaze not able to get off that hack, so Akron's going to be pushing aggressive. Shuckle in the backlines, it'll take down Amaze. So now Stunape lands a massive shot on Diamond.
Hammer comes out.
The hammer, the BM. Listen, you can heal damage, but that's an emotional wound. Those you cannot heal.
Yeah, another good team fight from Akron there. Look, we still have Stunape's Molten Core and Jaden still holding that visor. So you're looking from the beat drop from Mizzou and that Diva Bomb. Visor coming out.
With the window, so and the EMP does come out from Amaze there, but it's a little bit late after the visor. Now the beat drop comes out, so Akron's able to come out of that one even, just using the visor and the window, versus 2 a little bit bigger ults. Shuckle's actually going to take down Blazer. Now Akron's coming out on top despite using worse ults. And so now Akron's going to be pushing back on this point. Diamond's going to try to stall as long as possible. Looks like somebody is in the back line trying to mess with them. The Maze comes down on the Soldier switch, and Magic's going to take down 2 right at the end. Akron's going to push with over a minute left, which is big.
Yeah, I think if Akron just had a better first point there, I think we have a lot more time on the clock, but Akron really flipping this. I know I said it earlier, but it looks like a different team. That second and third point, Akron looks so much cleaner, so much more in control of that whole series.
Mm-hmm. You don't have people dying to kind of random events elsewhere in the fight. They've all been playing pretty much as a team. Jaden's been holding that high ground very well. And so, just doing that, it either forces resources towards him and kind of allows Akron to just push in on their own without really losing somebody, because his team pushed in. So a lot of times you would have Stunape off on a separate angle where maybe one tank would come in, eliminate him, and now that's an even fight all of a sudden.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, the emotional wound on the Mizzou from ZWE getting hammered by Stunape. We'll see if he can emotionally recover on their attack side here in Nubani.
So it looks like Akron's going to be coming back out with the Torbjorn. Perhaps they know the power of the hammer. they're going to be, playing a more defensive composition, it looks like, with the Soldier and the Torbjorn. They do still have that ball, which can roll in and get a lot of value just by rolling through an entire team. But Mizzou's coming out on a dive comp again. They have the Sombra, they have the Reaper, so they're going to be looking for those early picks and those early hacks.
Yeah, Mizzou running an identical comp of what they ran on defense there. Same thing on attack they're running.
A big reason probably why they're running that Torbjorn is for how good Amaze is on that Sombra. Anytime that she decloaks, that turret will be able to shut down her hacks. So she is going to be going. Amaze is going to the back line to try to find a hack, but he is stopped by Torbjorn here. So Mizzou just waiting for Amaze to get some sort of space here. Looks like now they're going to be pushing on. Magic's the only one on the this Akron high ground. So
the push to Mizzou.
Yep, they push in, they see that it's only him, but a massive hook from Magic, but Big All's going to take down Jaden, so Big All's going to take down 2 now. So despite the big hook from Magic there, Mizzou really just going to be able to look like just take this fight early on without too much of resistance from Akron. Sunape is over there with his turret, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to retest this.
Yeah, unlike Akron, Mizzou takes that first point almost instantly. 2 big picks from Big All there. We couldn't watch this perspective there, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a hacker or what happened, but yeah, Mizzou shutting down Akron on that first point real quickly.
Yeah, extremely aggressive play from them. I mean, you saw both. They basically just ignored the hog on the high ground, forced him down, and just jumped onto where Akron was set up. So now, looks like Akron's going to be setting up back on the high ground. Now we have Sunape on the Pharah instead of the Torbjorn. And he is going to take down Diamond, so now this opens it up for Akron. Mizzou's losing that speed boost. Amaze is able to take down the Immortality Field, which allows Big All to use his Death Blossom to take out 2 from Akron. Jaden's going to take down Sirotai, but Zvi is going to take down Eric. So it looks like Akron's just going to be trying to stall this out as long as possible. You have Stunning on or Shuckle on the point. It's not going to be enough.
Jaden on that far gets that first pick on the diamond. He, gets stuck in that room up there. I think he uses his propulsion rocket to try to get out of there, but he rockets right into Big All using his Reaper ultimate, which I don't think he meant to do, but just kind of some awkward timing and positioning there for Sunape.
So now Amaze is getting set up on the high ground here, looking for an early hack, possibly on the ball. Akron's going to be coming out onto the high ground. Looks like Magic's going to be taking some position directly onto point. Jaden in the back line. He has his pulse bomb ready. See if he can land a big stick here. He tosses out. He isn't going to get anything, but Big All's going to take down Magic. So now Mizzou is probably going to be able to push this one, but Sunape's going to take down Diamond. So now it's an even fight.
Look at the mine.
Going in aggressive here. The mine's out from Shuckle there. He's able to kind of keep Mizzou off the point. Sunape's going to take down Amaze. The bomb's going to come out from Zwi here. He might be able to get 1 or 2. He is able to take down Eric and Sunape with his pistol. But looks like Mizzou's going to be taking that point with the Death Blossom coming in from Big All at the end, possibly to clean that one up.
Yeah, it seems like Akron's having a hard time shutting down this Reaper. Big All has play after play, team after team fight, gotten a lot of value of this Reaper. And I don't know what needs to happen for Akron here, but Big All needs to be shut down in some way somehow.
So now as Mizzou's just going to be pushing the point here, it looks like they're trying to get rid of Jaden or Shuckle on the high ground there. Magic's going to take down Sirotai, so now there's an engagement coming in from Akron here, but Shuckle's going to get immediately annihilated. Sunape's going to take down Diamond there. Jaden's going to take down Big All, so Akron's able to come back here, but the speed at which Shuckle died there is incredible.
Yeah, he gets kind of instantly deleted there by the rest of Mizzou, but we see Sunape swap into that Ashe. We call him an Ashe one trick. I mean, he can play other stuff, but man, is he good with Ashe.
It looks like Mizzou knows Jaden is somewhere in the back line. So it looks like they're looking for him. Shuckle trying to get his mines up as fast as possible. Jaden does have that pulse bomb. It looks like he hasn't been spotted. He has been spotted now. So Mizzou's going to be taking the high ground here. It's a little bit difficult for Akron to get up there, but the EMP comes out from Amaze. He's going to get basically all of Akron. Big All's going to take down Sunape. There's a lot of damage gone. Diamond is going to take down Midtown Man, and Jaden's going to be coming on to Amaze here. Just dueling that Sombra. He does toss out the pulse bomb. He's not going to get anything with it. Now he's going to go back and stall the point with Shuckle. It looks like both are going, or Shuckle's going to go down. Jaden's going to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, it looks like Akron has probably one more team fight here before it's GG. But look at this. Mizzou just pushing and bullying Akron back into their spawn room. Big monkey ult coming out of here from Blade, kind of keeping Akron off the point.
And it looks like Akron's going to be pushing him out. They do use the damage window there. Shuckle's going to take down Scare Tie with his mines, and Magic's going to take down a Maze. So Akron's up 3 here. Looks like they're going to be able to hold on, but Big Ol is going to take out Stun Ape here. So he's going to get the tactical reset coming out from Mizzou. So a good fight there from Akron.
Akron shutting down that Mizzou push to give him a little bit more time. Again, Mizzou still has 3 minutes on the clock. They have Diva Bomb online, and they also have Coalescence, and all we have here from Akron is Eric's Mercy ult. So Akron's going to have to come out mechanically here on top.
You know, it looks like Stun Ape going back forth to make sure he gets that pocket. The Dynamite does come out onto a Maze. Getting burned, but Shuckle's going to get taken down early on, but Stun Ape is going to take down Blade. This is an even fight. Both teams losing their main tank here. And so now Akron's going to be just backing up a little bit. Stun Ape here being pushed down by Big Ol, but he is going to force out the Fade. Mizzou's going to be backing it up, taking space, but Big Ol is able to take down Magic. So now Mizzou has the upper hand here. They're going to be trying to push in. Looks like they're just holding just a second more. Jaden's going to be going on the back line. Does miss another pulse bomb there. Or it looks like he didn't get much value out of it. Big Ol is going to use his Death Blossom to take down Midtown Man. Big Ol is going to take down Stun Ape now. The EMP coming out from a Maze. He is able to get the hack off onto Shuckle. And so now Jaden just peppering as much as he can, but it looks like Mizzou's coming out on top in this fight. Akron just needs to stall it out, but they're not going to be able to do it. They get about a minute more than Akron.
I think what started all that off was Shuckle was a little overextended at the way beginning of that team fight. He gets hacked, and I mentioned earlier, you see through the highlight of the heroes through the walls. The rest of them is you just diving onto Shuckle there as he's trying to run away. But again, I think the Sombra from Amaze, both Big Ol and Amaze have been making massive plays and just kind of opening the door for Mizzou to win these team fights.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's one thing I think we've noticed we haven't really seen from Akron is really their DPS really popping off this match. I think the first match against IWU, they were doing that. But this match, it looks like they're just outmatched a little bit by Mizzou's DPS lineup at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, it's not over yet. It's tied 3-3. Akron having another chance of the offense here on New Bonnie. Both only a minute 16 on the clock. Akron's gonna have to be quick here. Stun Ape hopping onto the Genji. I think possibly to try and farm. No, never mind. Switching over. Yeah, Akron with the minute 16. Got to make something happen quick here. You're possibly 1, maybe 2 team fight range. And so Akron does not have a lot of room for error here.
And it looks like Akron's probably running a similar comp to their first attack, but let's just hope that it's not as scrappy as it was the first one, because they don't have the time that they had. Now they have a minute. They really have to take this in one point, or in one fight. So now Jaden coming on as Tracer this time, so a little bit more flanky, not going to be holding that high ground. Eric coming out on the Lucio. Looks like he might, he's going to be swapping back to the Mercy, his favorite hero, but Amaze is already right behind Akron. So it looks like he's going to go for an early hack. He's scouting them out. They know where they are. You can see Mizzou rotating from that high ground there. So Jaden's going to be on point, forcing a little bit of attention towards him. And the hook comes out from Magic there onto Blade, but they're not going to be able to take him out. Big Ol is going to take out Magic and the Mortality Field, but Jaden and Shuckle are going to take out Zree's mech. So fight on point is going a little bit better for Akron than one up top, but now they're going to get another pick on the Blade. Looks like Akron might be able to take this one back. So Akron forces Mizzou onto the high ground a little bit further back. They're not able to get the tick that they need, but Amaze is going to take down Stun Ape. So Mizzou might be coming back here. The slam onto Diamond on the Lucio did not even get him out. Jaden does get hacked by Amaze there. He is going to go down, so Mizzou's going to be coming back here. Akron just forced back to spawn, and Shuckle will be trying to get back out.
It seemed like Akron got a couple good trades then. They seemed like they came out on top, but I don't know what happened in comms there, but it seemed like just no one was getting targeted. You know, there was a bunch of squishes on point. Lucio went down to half, and just like Akron couldn't clean up that team fight.
The hook comes out from Magic onto Big Ol. He's going to go low, but they're not able to take him out. Shuckle does go down to Zwee there from the bombs, or from the missiles. Stun Ape, it looks like he just used his Dragon. They're not going to get anything. Big Ol is just going to be walking in to Akron here. It doesn't look like Akron will take it out, but Eric does go for the res. He does get it off onto Stun Ape, but with how many picks Big Ol's already done, it just doesn't matter too much. And Akron just be stalling out on point as long as possible.
Yeah, I don't think Akron's gonna have much chance here to contest this, and yeah, Mizzou gonna keep Akron from getting a single tick on the first point here on New Bonnie.
So now as we go into Mizzou's attack here, you know, they have about 2 minutes, a little bit more time than Akron did, and you saw how aggressively they played the first map. And it's wonder if Akron is going to play a composition that they know will kind of counter that dive composition. They're going to play a little more aggressively positioned. You notice they kind of gave up that first high ground immediately. They only had Magic there. It allowed Mizzou to just kind of walk up. So I want to see what we come out or what Akron comes out with here.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen Jaden on the Reaper. I mean, they've been running dive most of this game, and he's been mostly playing Tracer and some other flank heroes. So I don't know why. I mean, again, like we're not in team comms. I don't know what they've been doing in scrims. But I'd be interested to see why the Reaper hasn't been picked at all.
Looks like Akron doesn't really quite know what they want to play here. Looks like they are going to go for the Ash Mercy here. So the bread and butter for Stunape, the Baptiste for just the mass amounts of healing and that Immortality Field. And again, Jaden is on that Tracer.
I think the fire pick's not bad here, right? The only thing to really contest him would be the Zarya. I'm sorry, the D.Va, right? Maybe the Monkey can jump up there as well, but D.Va's really the only thing that counters Stunape here. So again, the Sombra and the Reaper not getting much value at a range like that. So, but Stunape does have the position well here because against a team like Mizzou, they can still take him down if he's not careful.
It looks like Akron isn't going to be playing anything that can kind of hold that high ground again. So I just wonder what their plan is here for when Mizzou eventually just engages hard like this. So Mizzou's actually be taking possibly a rotation. No, they are going to be taking the high ground here. So Stunape probably just going to try to throw in as much splash damage as they can as they push in. Mizzou's waiting probably for Maze to get a hack or some sort scout out some sort of advantage. So Jaden and Maze do take a duel in the back line, but it's not really going to be enough for Mizzou to push in. But Jaden does go down low, and so Mizzou now does push in onto the back line. Magic going to get the big hook on the Hero Tie, but Diamond's going to take down the Immortality Field, so that's a little bit more difficult to keep Akron up. So he's going to take down Eric, so now, and Diamond's going to take down Midtime, so now Akron has no supports here, because Mizzou only having one. Jaden's going to take down Blade, so it's an even fight just with Akron having no supports. And Maze is able to take down Magic, so it's a little bit of a one-to-one fight. Sunny's going to take down Diamond and Zui, so Akron's looking to clean this one up. So good 2 early picks from Akron.
Yeah, Akron able to stabilize that fight against Stunape. I think the Far being a good pick here, not able to get contested very much.
Now they do have the barrage here. Mizzou does have their D.Va to probably shut down that barrage. I think they're going to be looking for that. And Amaze is getting very close to that EMP, so it looks like they're just going to try to, farm that EMP up and likely EMP the Akron support. But Mizzou pushes right on the point. Big Ol's going to take down Stunape before he can use his barrage. Lui's going to take down Eric, so now they're down to Farrah Mercy. Lui's going to take down Midtown Man, so now they have no supports. And Akron's just going to be trying to take down the tanks in their own back line while Magic stalls out on point, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. As Big Ol takes down Jaden and takes down Magic. Shuckle is going to use his mines just at the end. Not really going to get a ton of value here. And Mizzou is going to take Nabani. I believe the match.
Yeah, that's going to be it there. Mizzou taking this series 2-0 against, Akron and Nubani. We look like hope there. We got them down to possibly been a draw there, or I think it's a draw, right?
Yeah, it would have been a draw.
Right, but but like we said, Stunape had that fire barrage online, but dies to the Reaper. Like we didn't see that perspective, but I want to know, like, if Stunape doesn't die there, what happens? Like, do we pull that fight out? Right, and I think just Mizzou again showing off how good of a team they are, recognizing that the barrage is going to be online, and they immediately jump on top of them and get that pick.
They did nerf Farrah recently, and I guess someone who's not a natural Farrah player like Stunape, it will probably hit them a little bit more because he has a little bit less fuel, so it's a little harder to stay in the air like that. So going down to a Reaper there is more of a positional issue than it is I think a better play by Mizzou. So I think Stunape might want to consider backing it up a little bit, throwing in damage from afar. So I don't think he really would have gotten the value from that barrage there. Barrage is just not a great ultimate. You can maybe get one, but again, Mizzou has that D.Va, and Zui is I believe a 4,500, 4,600 D.Va. Yeah. So I think they can shut them down.
I mean, I think outside of that first point on Nubani where Akron took like 3 minutes to take the first point, it looked like it gets serious. Back and forth, it didn't look so one-sided, but at the day, I'm looking at the DPS from Mizzou, I'm like, wow, like they are popping off. And Maze constantly getting the right hacks, constantly onto our ball, onto our back line, and just causing so many issues for us. And then Big Ol, like every time in the kill feed, he's picking up 1 or 2 kills constantly, right? And so I don't know what Akron needs to do to work on that, but it just seemed like, amazing. Big Ol, like props to them, like really carrying that Mizzou team to a W there.
A lot of it comes down to Akron does have their bread and butter. They have their heroes. They play well. But when when they're playing up against a team that can play the meta very well, I do think that they're at that disadvantage. And they have a Sombra player and they have a Reaper player, but they're both the same person. You can't have both at that point. So I think you do have to have Sunny maybe flex onto that Reaper a little more. I know he doesn't like the Reaper, and I don't believe he really enjoys that Sombra too much. But I think you do have to have him flex a little bit more onto the meta heroes instead of forcing the Pharah or the Ashe.
Yeah, I think Akron has a lot to work on. Again, week 2 of the fall varsity series,
Mhm.
so a lot to work on. We'll go back to the books, back to the drawing board with more scrims. I know those guys have been putting in a lot of work. So again, I know we're maybe hitting on them kind of hard here, but they played well. But again, it's things to work on, right? At this level, it's those little things that make a team good and great, right? And so things to work on. But Matt, I think a good series, a good week from Akron overall. You look at the W game, like again, Mizzou's one of those really good teams. Look at them against IWU, complete roll, right? So we're up in the upper echelon, and I'm happy the way the guys are playing. And I think in time, like we'll be contesting with teams like Mizzou.
When you're forcing Mizzou to a third map on Lijiang and overtime on Nubani, you cannot be sad about that. They are. I think they're ranked fifth, like the fifth in the country, something like that. So they're a good team, and I think Akron should be proud of how they played.
Absolutely. A great week. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Audio Technica, the exclusive audio partner at Zips Esports, SteelSeries, the exclusive peripheral partner, Archon, the official jersey partner, Gravity Gaming PCs, our PC provider, and also Cleveland Clinic Sports Health, the official health sponsor of Zips Esports. Guys, we are live every Tuesday and Thursday with Zips Esports action here at 3 p.m. live. And also, if you're interested in varsity trials, again, make sure you go to uakron.edu/esports to try out for our varsity teams. Registration for those is coming to a close soon, so make sure you head there. My name is Hunter.
And I'm Matthew.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on Thursday and hopefully sometime soon.
Have a great night.